Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. So as usual, we're just going to go ahead and get straight into the charts. This is my US 100 chart, but first I have to say what a week that has been. That was absolutely crazy. That was absolutely massive. The best week of 2023. And we warned you about that. We warned you about the coming rally, just as we warned you right here with the backtest of the broken trend line, with the rise right up to the upper band of the wedge there. We were warning you about all of these things. I wasn't expecting it to be that bullish, but it was. I mean, it was clear as day to us over here with our trading system what was about to happen. I just want to first say, let me just talk to you about support and resistance. I have had, if you go back and look at my videos since the beginning of October, I have had this gray box drawn out here as a major level of support there. Do you know why I've had that drawn out? Because that was, the last area of structure before sort of a pretty significant gap here, pretty significant, run without any, structure in there. We just went straight up. So I knew that if we were to break below these lows right here, these lows that were formed in June, if we were to break below those lows, it would lead to capitulation and it would lead to a ton of shares being traded. This is what leads to a ton of shares trading hands. And that is exactly what happened. We crashed right down to this level of demand here and we bounced strongly. So what happened? We came right down to this bull flag level that I've also had drawn out for over a month, and we formed a divergence. I warned you here about divergences forming under support and why they often lead to bottoms, because it's in those areas that you have the most amount of fear and capitulation or euphoria if this is an uptrend. And that's how the smart money and the big institutions are able to get their positions, because they are trading so much money. They have so much money that they have to place. They have to find levels where they can do it. That's why, oftentimes when you have a sudden huge drop there and you have a sudden huge drop in sentiment, so let's say we have a big 2% gap down, a lot of people would sell there, especially retail. They would sell because they're like, oh my God, 2% gap. Let's, if you're new to trading, listen, that's when they have to cover. Okay. That's where they have the market. That's where they have the ability to be able to take profits off of some of that huge amount of money that they have. So anyway, right here, we had the divergence and we formed this accumulation triangle. Once again, I warned you about this on Twitter. I told you if we break this right here, I posted a tweet saying we could get a moonshot. Okay, I was expecting this to go up. I was not expecting this to happen. Okay, this was great for the bulls. Okay, we broke this previous level of supply here, and we managed to break it, which was a good sign, telling me that if we pull back now, we're probably gonna get a higher low. Okay, I was talking to you about this level of support right here. Maybe we would come form a head and shoulders, and I still do believe that we could return to this trend line and to this level of support here. This is my level of demand here that I'm looking for. I'm looking for a bottom to form within this area here, because that is where all the structure is. Okay, I'm just telling you that's how it could. That's how my trading system works. But once again, you do also have to look at what happens with the price action. If we start bouncing off of the moving averages and just getting higher lows, I mean, that means then it's just a very, very impulsive move. Okay, that's why I don't like to close out my positions entirely. That's why I like to just take profits as it goes up, because I have the ability to lock in some gains, and then if it goes back down, I can always even add more to my position than I originally did at a better levels once it's going in my direction and I see it bounce. Okay, so anyway, we had this triangle. We got the moonshot. It was a very, very impulsive moonshot, and now I do think that we're getting close to getting a pullback. Is it going to happen right now? Maybe, maybe not. We are getting a divergence here on the MACD for the hourly time frame of US 100 here, futures. And let me just go ahead and show you the counts here. So on the counts, my last video was, the thumbnail, you might have seen it, was this 9 count right here. We ended up going sideways around that 9 count. Okay, we broke the level of resistance Okay, we broke it and we just kept going up. We bounced off the moving averages. I can't show it to you because I can't have that many indicators on my chart, but we bounced off of the moving averages one more time, and I'll show it to you later. And we came and formed another 9 count. So now we have 2 9 counts in a row showing us price exhaustion. This 9 count gave us a little red bar, and that could have been the peak. I'm not saying that's for sure, but it is possible. Okay, it is very possible. We are reaching the upper level of the bull flag again. Okay, known resistance. People are seeing it. Maybe we break it and then retest. I don't know, but right now, this is an area where maybe taking profits is a little bit smart if you want to go ahead and lock in some of those gains because, we are extended and we do need to get to see a pullback at some point. And if we don't, then that's fine. At least you manage risk and you did the smart thing. So anyway, we're getting another 9 count here in the hourly time frame associated with a divergence also drawing out. When I moved to the 4-hour time frame, we got the 9 count a few bars ago, and we are moving a little bit higher. Okay, we kind of got the same thing here back in October where we got a 9 count and then we kind of moved higher a little bit. We went let's just see, we went about 1.3% higher or so before that was the peak with the back test, with the back test of the wedge and the broken trend line, blah blah blah, before starting this move down right here to the bottom of the bull flag there, to really establish it. So now the bull flag is really established and it's going to be a level that everyone sees now. Okay, before, when I was talking to you about it, no one was seeing this. Okay, some people were, but a lot of people weren't seeing it because it just wasn't happening, and they didn't know what to draw. You can get so caught up in the moment, you don't really look at all the alternatives, and at the end of the day, that's what I like to do. So right here, we are reaching an extreme on the MACD, but still no signs of this thing slowing down on that time frame. So once again, the hourly time frame is showing us a little bit of price exhaustion. I do want to warn you about something. You see the way it went up here and it did this little kind of, shoulder and a sort of head here. This could potentially be dangerous to me if I'm not dangerous. It doesn't have to be dangerous, but I'm just saying it might go down because if we start going back down to this level of support and, we sort of go around the moving averages here a little bit and then boom, try to rally one more time, stop right there. Then we make a new low. That's going to bring a capitulation. And then it's at that point that you're going to say, okay, are we going to get even more accumulation down here at the lows? Maybe get a double bottom, maybe get a slightly lower low, a slightly higher low, something. Or maybe you just get an ABC move, a healthy corrective ABC move that looks something like this, go sideways a little bit there, get one last rally, suck people in, and then crash right back down to my level of demand here, to my level of support that sits right around here. Let me just go ahead and draw out that level of support for you because I think that it is important. Let's see, where is it? I'm going to pick it up right here, okay, from that low right there, and I'm going to go to these highs over here. Okay, that is my level of support. These highs right here and that low. That is my support zone that I'm currently looking at. It might go a little bit lower. We might come to this little area that I am also looking at there. So, this doesn't mean that it's just going to come to this box and bounce. It means that if we get here, if we get to this level, I'm going to see, I'm going to be checking all of my different signals here to see, am I getting divergences? Am I getting warning signs? You always want to be looking for the warning signs, okay? So let me just go ahead and change this box's color to something greener because that is my support zone there. So that is what I am watching for. Do we get something like that, okay, before starting a massive third wave where I think it could get very, very bullish? Or do we just keep going up here and break out, retest, get, shallow retracements? It's very, very bullish, and we just keep going up without giving anybody really a good chance to get in before, higher levels, before we get maybe back into this channel. Okay, maybe we just skyrocket up some more. What would that be? Because that is actually possible to me. What if we just skyrocket another 5% next week, 5, 6, 7%, and then pull back to back test this channel? Wow, let me just get rid of this. That's a ton. Okay, so what if we just came up here and went boom straight into here and then corrected back tested this level, maybe broke it a little bit, and then that would be super bullish. That would be telling me, what that would be telling me is that we're probably going to get a throw over of this upper boundary, which means that we're probably going to get something like this. Let me just draw it out to you. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, something like this. Okay. Before now starting another, whatever, start moving down for the real bear market, maybe this is the count that we get. Okay, so it could get very, very bullish, and if we do get back within this channel, it's going to be super, super bullish for the Nasdaq. I'm telling you, super, super bullish. You do want to be watching these levels here. I think we could be getting a major bottom, and seasonality is on our side. This is the thing. Seasonality is on our side. This is why I was able to call this bottom so confidently, because we were crashing and everybody was getting bearish when seasonality is on our side. And we were at levels where in our seasonality, it made total sense for us to be at those levels, and it made sense for us to be looking for a bottom. So I am watching this little level of support here down here on US 100. Let's see. I do want to let's take a look at the Russell. So the Russell, I also posted a lot about the Russell. You can see my previous demand zone right there, which we went and tagged, and then we got another high and low right at it. So look at this, okay? This is what I'm talking to you about. Once you break below major support, major trend line, we got the divergence here. You can see it on the MACD, divergence right there, boom, divergence. And then we came up and got higher lows. This one was a higher low, 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 but it didn't look like we were making higher lows. It looked like we were just in some sort of bear flag triangle. Everyone was posting wearing a bear flag triangle, posting this, before this ever happened. They were posting this and making things like, oh, boom, now we go down all the way to, dude, we're oversold. We're forming divergences under support. You should be looking for a bottom. You should be looking for some sort of a relief rally. Even if I was bearish here, I would still be looking for a relief rally at these levels with the current, state of the signals. Okay, so Russell 2000 was lagging, and I loved it because I knew, this thing's about to get a massive rally because it's been going down for so long, and I knew, and it was lagging, and we were just getting opportunity after opportunity on the Russell 2000, and I posted about it on Twitter. Once again, go follow my Twitter, link is in the description if you want live updates. I was posting about this all the way through. I was posting tweets saying higher lows, okay, and then we exploded out of here and just exploded all the way back up to this trend line of resistance, which is what? Let's go ahead and take a look at a daily time frame, which is this little trend line of resistance here. If I just draw it correctly, it gives us, something like this. Okay, so the Russell, we closed under it, and if we go back to it, that trend line is this one. As you can see, we've had reactions in the past. We came up to it. We spent, majority a day around this area, kind of going sideways before dropping back below it, and then we back tested it, okay, and then we came here, spent a few hours right at the trend line, and then we bounced off of the trend line. Okay, we went to test this area, we got rejection here, we came back, we broke it, we came back to the trend line, went sideways once again around the trend line. This trend line is where accumulation and distribution is taking place. Here we had accumulation, here we had distribution, here we had distribution. Okay, now we move back down, form the divergences on the 4-hour time frame as well, multiple, and now we're rallying back up to it. Is this going to be accumulation or distribution? Maybe we get distribution here and we come back down, but we get a higher low, and then we come back up to it, break it, come back to it, accumulation this time. Okay, this is how you want to be looking at these levels of support and resistance. And right now, there's nothing bearish about this chart. Once again, maybe we get a pullback. You want to be watching to see what happens on the pullback. We also have a potential head and shoulders pattern here. If I draw it out to you on the Russell 2000, let's just go ahead and draw this thing. Let's say right here, let's say right into the resistance zone. If we go a little bit higher to start the week, boom, we go a little bit higher, get a nice perfect right shoulder. It's not often the case, and then maybe we even get a lopsided head and shoulders like this, okay, where we go back to the level of accumulation here, which in my eyes is this right here, all this little triangle. Let me get rid of it. That to me is my level of, and yeah, you see this? We were also within this channel, which also helped me, you know, notice that we were coming to the to an end here, forming another divergence, back testing another trend line. This is what you want to be looking for. Major areas of confluence. So right here, maybe this is the head and shoulders that we get. Maybe we get something else. I don't know. But we could get a big pullback before getting a even bigger rally. So don't worry. If you missed an opportunity to get in at the bottom, you will have an opportunity to get in later on. Maybe we get a little bit of a lower low. Maybe we get a double bottom. You'll get, if we go back and get a double bottom, that's just, think of it as, that's most likely just a better opportunity for you, okay? We'll have to see the state of the signals once we get to those levels, but most likely, with the seasonality that we should be getting here, in all likelihood, that would be a great gift to you, another opportunity, okay, to reset and to really get another great position, maybe an even better one, okay, and then hold it. Because once this thing starts going, once a move starts trending, it's going to be months and months. We just had months and months of selling here on the Russell 2000. Unless we're in a major bear market right now, you're probably not going to get months and months of more selling right here immediately. Maybe you get, a month up or a month sideways. But, the markets just can't go down and up for months on end. Okay. So right here, you got, it can in a bull market, but like, especially when you're going down, like this is 3 months of just straight selling. Here you had 1 month, two months off, 3 months right there, with the second month was kind of flat there. Okay. But you kind of had 3 red months, and then you had a bounce. Okay. And then you went lower for another 2 months. Here you had 3 months. Okay. And you right now on this chart here on the monthly time frame, it's looking like a reversal bar to me. Okay. If we can have a great month of November, December, and January could be huge here for the Russell. We could come back up, I don't know to what levels, but it could be huge. I'm telling you, we are at a major level of support. But anyway, I don't want to keep you guys here too long. Let me just go ahead and show you the moving averages. Let me get rid of the MACD. All right, so I just pulled up the moving averages, the 4 moving averages that I use. And let me go ahead and get rid of this head and shoulders. As you can see right now, we are rallying, but once again, we still have a bearish alignment of the moving averages, and we're rallying into resistance. So we have to see, do we get a lower high? Do we get a lower low? At some point, we are going to pull back to this 10-period moving average, and that's what you want to be watching. Do we bounce, okay, or do we break it? Or what happens around the 10, which is our momentum? The 10 and 20 are our momentum. So right now, the trend is actually down on the Russell. It's actually bearish. So maybe this is a fake and then we get this back above it. But, for the time being, you do need to see the 10 period cross above the 20, and you do need to see the market start bouncing off of the 10 and not getting rejection. Like right here, it's been getting a ton of rejection off of the red and the blue lines here, as you can see that. And now you need to start seeing the opposite, that turning into support, because this thing is just not going to go straight up like it's going to go up, but it's going to have a few days of like back testing, and then 2-3 days off, a few days up, 2-3 days off, where it goes and back tests. That's what you get within moves. Like if I just go back and show you the Nasdaq for instance, like look at this rally. Okay, you're just coming back up, you touch it, okay, and then you touch it, okay, and then you touch it. Oftentimes you'll close below it, and then the next bar will be a big bar that gets you back above it. Okay, that's a signal in a market like this, where you have everything looking bullish. If you can get under and then bounce back above it like strongly, that's a sign that it's still going up. Okay, right here we broke the 10, closed below the 20. Next day we're above the 20. Here we're closing right above the 20, bounce off. Okay, here look at this, have 1 day close below, another kind of doji below, and then get strongly back above it. Here we had sideways below it. We had 1 big day, capitulate everyone, okay, get a new low there. You see, that's what you would be looking for, is a new low, so that a lot of shares can trade hands before doji gets strongly back above it. Okay, those are all opportunities there if you know what to look for. So anyway, I don't want to keep you any longer. If you watch this video all the way through, I really thank you. Please leave a like. It really helps me out and lets me know that you want to see these videos. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you're going to have a great week of trading next week. I'll see you in the next video.